Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It is me, ACT. Yes, ACT here, and we're here to talk about today's video. Now, in today's video, I will be discussing my theory on how devil fruit weapons came to be, specifically which race created them. Specifically, as I go into the specifics of that. I hope you guys going to enjoy this video. I hope to see you sometime in the near future. With that, I bid you goodbye. Ain't got body rough, don't give a fuck by no. Ain't like fuck my lord, don't like call my lord. Love gon' set me up, bitch don't set me up, don't retaliate. So as you can tell, I'm making giving essentially my take on who were the first people to create the devil fruit weapons. And really, it's if you've seen a recent video of mine, with I go into the theory on different giant races. This sounds like I'm saying giant racist, but giant races. One of the races I spoke about was the Dos Andadas, which were recently introduced to us by none other than Scott Caban himself. And with the introductions of the Dos Andadas came, with my dive into them came the realization of who created devil fruit weapons, as it was none other than the Dos Andadas. Now, I've recently spoken on the Dos Andadas in my recent video where I equate them to the giant dwarves of Nidavellir who forged weapons for the gods and those within the Nine Realms, even for forging, I believe, Odin's weapon. Though I'm not sure if this is a in the Norse mythology. What was this called? Gun gear. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but it's the one move Hajruden used in Dressrosa against the Tun fruit wielder. I can't remember his name, but essentially Odin's spear and Marvel in the Marvel comics, as far as I know. So if they are meant to represent Nidavellir, what if that after the after the second world was quickly destroyed and Emu beat Joy Boy, he or she had taken the Dos Andadas as slaves and decided they're going to make weapons for us. More than likely, the Dos Andadas was probably captured by none other than the clan that has the most devil fruit weapons, that being none other than the Fagerland family. I said clan. I don't know why I said that, but the Celestial Dragon with the most devil fruit weapons being the Fagerland family. So it is likely the Dos Andadas who created the first devil. Voice crack. It's likely the Dos Andadas who created the first devil fruit weapon. Not really knowing what I can't really tell you what it is because, well, we don't know what that is. But it could have been the Dos Andadas who created the technology to bind devil fruits to weapons, giving weapons devil fruit based abilities. As with you have the sword Cerberus or Shamrock sword, which I believe the swords are named after the devil fruit they've eaten. So Shanks' sword likely has a mythical Neko Neko no Mi model griffin because, well, the griffin is an eagle with the body of a lion, and I guess the body would take the more precedence into which classification it walks follows under in terms of Tori Tori no Mi or Neko Neko no Mi. But it makes the most sense as the Dos Andadas having created these weapons than it does anything else. The Dos Andadas obviously were probably the original ones, and Vegapunk somehow managed to recreate it. Either Vegapunk himself recreated, or was given access to the Dos Andadas technology by the world government. And just essentially was told that it was another scientist's work to try and figure it out, or another scientist's work, and they needed him to do so. It is likely because the Dos Andadas themselves are either quite rare or either, well, no longer around in the world of One Piece, or they were in between and probably have escaped around the time of Fisher Tiger's own Fisher Tiger's attack on the Holy Land, and probably even the last Dos Andadas could have also been liberated during the time of the revolutionaries attack on the Holy Land. So you now have a race of giant dwarves out there capable of using weapons and devil fruits together. I don't really know why I thought this video would be a lot more long form, but I should probably put this into a short. But I really want the video to be, long, like this. Now, if you've seen now that I've drawn the conclusion that the Dosendata are the equivalent of the of the dwarves from Nidavellir, and thus they're forgers, the forger of many of the weapons. And you see, as you see it now, you see that the Dosendatas, who I've also made a theory on, being the cross between a giant Totata, because of a image I found on while Google searching for research on a different topic. And that topic was on also I do have to record that video. So yeah. And that was on what really happened with those the slash marks all around Elbath. Anyways, um, so I'm sorry for the long pause. I'm really nervous about this. This is like some of the first. These are the first. I'm pumping these first 3 videos out. This is the first rush I've got. This is the rush I got when I first started making YouTube videos, specifically what ifs on my what if channel, which is my main channel. So this is like sort of the rush. I'm getting back into it. I've been gone on my main channel for like 2 years. Just essentially just chilling and reading manga in my downtime, such as JJK and One Piece, as well as Boruto and its consequent, and its following to Blue Vortex. I do plan to read Solo Leveling as well as get and finish the My Hero manga. I want because if you do know, I do My Hero what ifs on on my main channel, and most of them end around season 4 because well at the time when I started what ifs the My Hero verse, season 4 was I'm pretty sure it was the only season out at that time. Well, I hadn't. Yeah, it was the only season out at the time, the last season out. So that's really been my format for most of these what ifs. It haven't been really going into season 5 or the later season, and I hope to actually finish the entirety of the war arc and get to the final and read the manga from wherever the anime cuts off, because that's my best way of catching up. So. If you would like to see other forms of videos, let me know. Comment down below. But until then, I'm out. I did forget. Just realized I forgot to mention which weapons are there. So that includes Funkfried, that's Spandam's weapon, and then you also have Lasso, um, which is which is a bazooka which ate the Inunomi, I believe, or is it a dog that ate the bazooka fruit? I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, Mr. Four's companion.